Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes, we are.
Today,
let's go.
Dear Mama. Wow. Tupac documentary. The Dear Mama, the saga of Afeni and Tupac Shakur is a television documentary about Tupac Shakur and his mom, Afeni Shakur. It was directed by Hughes, famously from the Hughes brothers. It premiered on FX on April 21st, April 21st, 2023. It was 5 parts. A new episode came out every week, and it went right into like the Mother's Day with the Dear Mama theme.
Good planning.
Powerful documentary. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. But before we even get into the Dear Mama documentary, it's funny the timing. Tupac Shakur just received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame recently.
Very
he was
disrespectful.
Honored. His sister, which you don't see a lot, she accepted it on his behalf. She looks a lot like him to me.
Yes, they do.
And a lot of his other friends came out to celebrate him. I personally already thought Tupac had a star on the Hall of Fame. Honestly, I did. So this was very surprising to me. And also, honestly, I feel like it was very disrespectful that he's just getting the star.
Very.
But let's start with there, man. Tupac, received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. What you think about that?
I think it's great. I mean, it's long overdue. I mean, he had other people before him that should have got it or shouldn't have got it before him that got it. So I think it's good that, he's finally getting his flowers.
Yeah, I clearly don't understand like why it happened this late, to be honest with you. Like I do know that sometimes they got fans that do like a whole voting poll thing or like sign things on some type of Hollywood paper where they got to get the celebrity's name on there. But he has so many fans worldwide that I'm pretty sure that they all wanted his name on a Hollywood Walk of Fame, especially after he passed away. So I don't understand this at all.
I'm looking at the Hollywood Walk of Fame right now as straight up bogus bullshit. It's just totally disrespectful for some of the people that got stars before. Like, let's be straightforward. We got some people that got stars that don't even deserve stars.
Yeah,
that's number one. And to put them before straight up like big, huge, like
iconic,
the most iconic hip hop artists of all time.
Not iconic hip hop, iconic comedians.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like stars. Period. Martin Lawrence just got a star right before Tupac.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
No disrespect. DJ Khaled, Ashanti, Ludacris just got one.
That's crazy.
Who they giving these stars to? I think like Dion said, man. Dion said it. Like you can't be calling all these people Hall of Fames and they just giving the jackets away now. They just giving the stars away now because a lot of people shouldn't be getting these stars. No disrespect, Luda shouldn't have a star.
Kenan Thompson and Tracy Morgan got one before Martin.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Ain't that crazy? And Martin put them on.
Exactly. Yeah.
He put Tracy Morgan on.
But you know what I think too? I think if this documentary doesn't come out, Tupac doesn't even get a star.
And that makes it even worse to me. That makes it even worse. They take a documentary in 2023
just to get his name buzzing again.
So let's just be real. That Hollywood Walk of Fame, that's just some bullshit.
I think it's
whoever running it is bullshit. Whoever is in control of it is bullshit. They whack. The whole scenario is whack. And for people that's going to be going to get their name put in the star and maybe on a whole different, from where it really originally started from, and the things that what we thought it stood for. Like, you just let anybody in there now. You're being totally disrespectful. How would Shanti get one before Brian McKnight?
You got a big problem with that. You got a big problem.
For real.
That still hurt.
I'm just being real. I love it. Shanti, my peoples. I love Ashanti. I love Ashanti. Ashanti, that girl.
She got one for Instagram.
No disrespect.
She would definitely be first ballot. But
no disrespect to Mary. How'd she get one before Pop?
Mary J. Blige should have been got a star though. That's disrespectful.
Before Pac and
no.
Nah, she should have been got one before Shanti. She got one after Shanti.
For sure.
And DJ Khaled.
New Edition just got one a couple years ago, which I thought was
disrespectful. What are we talking about?
Nipsey Hussle got one.
Nipsey Hussle just got one.
Hussle just got one.
Crazy. No disrespect to Nipsey at all.
Nipsey at all. He shouldn't have got one before these people.
Yeah,
but me and Sean was talking about it. Like, this man made California love, live and die in L.A. Like, this dude, where the stars at, they loved and adored Tupac.
Word.
And he just getting the star. It should, if it take
one of the highest selling double CDs in history.
If it took this documentary for them to realize, Tupac is the star, that is the ultimate disrespect.
I truly don't get it, man. Because I lived in LA for 5 months, and when I was just walking around Slauson or whatever, or even in a lot of like the Latino neighborhoods, all you heard was them bumping Tupac. Like it just came out. You walking around. This is before like Kobe passed away and everything. All you hear is them blasting Tupac.
They love Tupac like Tupac was born and raised in LA his whole life. That's how they love Tupac.
It's just totally disrespectful, and like, come on, man. Like, do Biggie got a star?
No.
Wow.
And the way it's going, he not getting one until
DJ Khaled got a star before Biggie. Wow. Come on, man. No disrespect to these people, but it is what it is. I'm calling you out on it.
Hope ain't even got a star.
My point exactly.
I think.
What they waiting on?
I don't know. I hope Puff, right?
What they waiting on? What the fuck did Khaled do to get one so big that he had to get one before Hove?
It's about social media popularity.
It's not even like Hollywood, like Ashanti and Khaled. Like, they're not like actors or nothing.
It's over. I just think that man, I'm not taking nothing back from them from getting these stars. But I don't know what they doing. They may be doing some shit in alphabetical order.
I think they paying money, man. I think it's some payola. Because some of this is not adding up.
It's just totally crazy.
Well, Carl, you made a good point. It's a social media thing, too. The whole wave and dynamic of our atmosphere changed due to social media. And I think Hollywood looks more at that now than anything.
Yeah, especially with people. Horrible.
They're definitely checking that whole.
Horrible.
Mark my word. Within the next couple of years, Cardi B gonna have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Mark my word. You heard it here first. Yeah. Cardi B.
She might get one next week. She might get one next week.
And look, my thing is, I don't have no problem with people getting honored, but I feel like people that put in 30 years, 20, 25 years in the game, that got legendary bodies of work, whether it's music, film, like, these shouldn't even be questions. Martin shouldn't even be in 2022. It shouldn't even be a question of why Martin at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All the work he put in.
Once Martin's show went off the air and he went to Bad Boys 1, say for instance, Bad Boys 1. He was a star.
Yeah.
It was undeniably one of the biggest stars in acting. Comedian.
Yep.
You feel me? Right then and there, he should have got it.
Absolutely.
Because he just wrapped up one of the biggest sitcoms that ever hit television. You feel me? Right there, he should have got
it. At least a decade ago.
At least
a decade ago.
At
the minimum,
bro.
A decade ago.
I think once Biggie and Pac got killed, you know what I'm saying? And then here comes some of their music, and then here come their stories. They should have got a star immediately.
Right then.
You get what I'm saying?
Because
they should have gave them their stars right next to each other.
Because their impact was
and they should have done it while both of their moms was getting along and doing things together.
Yeah.
That was the perfect time to do it.
I mean, but also, like, that is a short window. So you got like 91, 92 when Pac came out, then he died in 96.
Dog, DJ Khaled.
I know. I'm just saying, but it's like
another one. But that would he contribute to the culture? Phrases.
I definitely don't agree with it, but I'm just thinking like
all I do is win. This dude got California love.
Yo, they should have got their stars like 2006, 2010. Those times, not fucking 2023.
It's totally
and then on top of that, you gotta walk way down the street to see these stars. They're nowhere near like the main. You know what I mean? Where everything is.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they should have just stopped when they just don't be sending jokers 3 miles down the road to see Tupac now. All the people that can't. Come on,
I love Ludacris is dope.
He's very dope.
But a Hollywood star over Tupac?
Ludacris probably knows that Pac should have got one before
Somebody
me.
had
They all have to know.
And the disrespect to the 90s artists, like Usher just got one like last year. Like all these young people's coming in and getting like stars within like 5 years. It just makes no sense to me, man. Like you gotta have like 20 plus.
It's total. That was total disrespect during the time of a great documentary coming out about it.
But to bring it all the way back, if this documentary is the reason why he got his star, I just think that's highly disrespectful.
And that was basically your reasoning for bringing it up first, right?
I just think
because it's corny.
Because I actually think that's probably the reason. And
it
to
is
me,
the reason.
And to me, that's terrible, man.
You've been knew this story. You get what I'm saying? We've been through the story.
It goes back to that social media thing too, because when the documentary was getting promoted, when I was walking around New York with my friends, right before, I think a week before, they had flyers of that on buses, on the buildings and everything, and they're promoting it like crazy. And so on social media, it was doing a lot of numbers as far as promotion. And so, Hollywood took notice, like, all right, we got to go ahead and get this star for him quick.
Man, let's be honest. Our highest rated video on this podcast, by far, not even close.
Not even close.
It's about Tupac.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hundreds of comments. I'm talking about crazy views. It's not even close. And it was about Tupac.
Yeah.
And so all these years later, no matter who sells more albums than him, like money-wise, Tupac got a connection with the people like no other. And if you in Hollywood and you can't see that, it took this documentary, after all the documentaries he had, it took.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not saying because I think this documentary was great, but it shouldn't have took this documentary for you to see that. It's been enough Tupac information out there for you to see his impact on the game.
And not only that, man. Fuck the information. Let's go with what we know for sure is in stone, and that's his album sales. That alone separates him from the rip.
Mm-hmm. I agree,
Let's be real. Nobody, like, that's one of the highest, All Eyes on Me is one of the highest selling double CDs ever in history of music.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That right there is set in stone. You can't remove that. No matter what documentary come and go, no matter how whoever tells a story. History and music and sales is what you respect, right? That should have been respected.
But I will say congratulations to Tupac and his family, but it was long overdue. Long overdue. Whoever dropped the ball on that, I'm glad you got it right, but I don't know what type of time you was on because you completely missed it. But back to this Dear Mama documentary, 5-part documentary. New episode came out every week. There was like an hour episode each about Tupac and his mom, Afeni Shakur. What were some of the things you took away or you learned from watching this documentary? Well, first of all, before we even got to that, what was your expectations when you seen that this was a documentary?
I'll start it off because being as though I was one of the last to watch it, is because I seen. Now I'm being real. And this is my guy. It's just that I was sort of to a point that I'm kind of tired of everybody making up each and every documentary on him, and everybody got their own facts. Everybody coming with their own stories, which some of them could be true. You know what I'm saying? And with these documentaries, they get tricky because the person's not here to defend themselves. So sometimes they put you in a position that, who should I believe? And I was tired of putting myself in a position of who should I believe? You get what I'm saying? The interesting thing about this documentary is that it's coming from somebody that put it together that didn't even like Tupac for a long time.
But also, one thing that I thought was really good about the whole documentary is they're interviewing cousins, aunts, people that really know, not just like, you know,
I'm just speaking to my point of me, you know what I'm saying, with the documentary. So once I seen it, once I thought about it, I was like, man, I get to that. I'm be real with you because I'm tired of, now it's to the point that I just want to keep the memories of him that I got, or how I felt about him, or what made me start liking him, and what made him my favorite rapper, and the reasons why. And this documentary was well more polished, I must say. And sometimes you got family that brings things into a different light. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just hoping that whatever it is with this documentary. I think I hope it stays there after this. I just hope it's not no part 2s and part 3s. You know what I'm saying? This was well played out. Let's let it rest for now.
You don't want this to be
I don't want no more movies.
Surviving R. Kelly part 3.
I don't want no more movies. I just think we good now. You get what I'm saying? And what made this one so much powerful, and I feel the director in the way, you know what I'm saying? But it would be hard for me to make a documentary on somebody that didn't like me and I ain't like them. I'm just being real. Now, whatever growth he has and whatever he overcame, that's cool. But what really gave him that insight with me and me gave him that edge was Afeni. You know what I'm saying? Afeni's vision, Afeni's life. Us learning about her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because her life explains him more. And now it explains why I'm so attracted to the artist that he was. You get what I'm saying? And why he won me over as one of my favorites.
I agree.
So that's my whole rollout on it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. When I seen, now it's crazy because they had good marketing on this, because you know we talked about Snowfall. Hey, check out that Snowfall episode if you ain't heard that or watched that. But the marketing was great because
featuring Lenny.
Snowfall was going off the air, but the last season of the episodes they were marketing this documentary heavy during why everybody's watching Snowfall. So it's trying to grab that same audience. And I'm seeing this and I'm like, a Tupac documentary,
another one.
I'm like a lot of people. I feel like I know everything about Tupac. And even when it came out, Sean, I'll be the first one to tell you. You kept on telling me, Carl, you watched the Tupac documentary.
Like,
I'm like, nah, man, I get around to it. Carl, I'm telling you, man, it's good.
Yo, I was telling y'all
space with Pac.
I was telling y'all on the group chat, like, yo, the first 2 episodes is out. I was like, yo, this shit is fire.
I'm like, and I seen the excitement in you, but I'm honestly like, okay, Sean, I'll watch it one day. I'm a rainy day or something. I'm in the crib, but you like, Carl, you gotta watch it. Let me know what you think. I'm like, all right. So I watched the first episode, and I'm like, okay.
I get it.
I get it. But I walked in not wanting to like it. I'm gonna be honest. I walked in like I walked in like I felt like
I'm gassed out about it.
Yeah, I'm like, I know everything about Tupac. Yeah. What could they possibly tell me about? What Alan Hughes gonna tell me about Tupac?
The guy
I don't already know.
Right.
They didn't even rock with Alan Hughes.
Right.
But then, like you said, they took it for the spin because I feel like when you interview certain people about certain popular people, it's the main people that you always go to. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always go to Snoop, or you always go to people that are high profile people that he was connected with. But nobody goes to like his first cousins and stuff that ain't famous. But they got they was with him with all the day one stories, the little stuff. So to hear that.
What's my man name? Short guy from Digital Underground.
Shock G.
Not Shock G.
Money L.
Yeah. I was happy to hear him say something. You know what I'm saying? He never said nothing.
But those be the people that
those be the people that got them stories.
That got them interesting perspective that you don't hear. So I like that. The aunt was super entertaining. The aunt carried the documentary. Yeah. She was better than all the celebrity people.
Yeah, by
the
far.
Aunt was definitely, you could tell they got something with them and their family. She has a shining star with her too, and she don't even try. It's just there. So you can see how it passed down to her little sister, and how, like Freak said, when you learn about Afeni Shakur, there's no way you can help to see, oh, I get it. I get why Tupac is Tupac. Like, that was his mom.
Yeah.
Like, he's a male version of his mom to the 100th power.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know, man. What do you think though, Lenny?
Man, I love Aunt Glow, man. She's like that. It's something in their blood that just makes you attracted to their energy.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, like this is my first time seeing her.
Me too.
Yeah. So
I really didn't hear about it before.
Not to cut you off real quick, Lenny. What made it more validation for me with them when they were speaking, you start seeing videos of them.
Yeah.
They involved.
So they was there.
You get what I'm saying? So now you're getting the videos that we never saw.
Right.
Of really capturing them and them in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, gave me, I started liking her as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And she would just, I love how raw she was. So she did her thing. And then also, hearing from his dad too, his biological dad, because I know his biological dad is always pretty much left out on certain things when it comes to just hearing from him. I only seen one interview of him done. It was by like a news station from like the early 2000s about him, but that was on YouTube when I seen that. Yeah. Other than that, though, this is my first time hearing from him and just getting his perspective. So just looking at all that and then seeing how Afeni's life was helped me get a complete perspective of Tupac overall. So I love seeing Afeni's part. I love seeing Glow talk about Afeni, and I love hearing from his biological father.
That his dad was definitely that was definitely interesting to me. Something I learned.
I agree.
Back from the and that I don't need no blood test. That's Tupac dad.
I
don't need no like once I seen him and looked in his face,
it was over.
Oh, that's his dad.
It was
that
over.
Is that man dad. I don't need no test, no nothing. So that Afeni Shakur though, man. I know this is Tupac, but I learned so much about Afeni Shakur, man. Like I knew she was a Black Panther. But I didn't know she was holding them down at one moment. Like she wasn't just a member. She was like valuable.
Top rank.
In a history, they don't really tell her, like they don't really put her in that position. But she was like she held the Black Panthers down, man. Yeah. And that trial, like I had a whole new. I already respected her just for being Tupac's mom, and I knew she was wise and been through stuff. But my respect level for her, like as a soldier in this thing of life, went up even another notch, man. She's a powerful woman.
Trial, pregnant, not getting all the right foods and stuff. It's like
they turned on her.
They turned on her. Just look at it differently.
Like man, and then Tupac, the way Tupac acted, I learned the way he acted, the way he moved to different places, and he started acting different ways. I learned from the documentaries because he was used to moving around with his mom so much. He had to adapt to different people.
Been in different cities.
Yeah, but when he adapted to them, he adapted all the way to where they loved him. So whether it was the hustlers, no matter who it was, the females,
it was a quick turnaround with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made him, when it was time for him to be an actor, that's what made him so much good of an actor.
That was easy.
The acting was easy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he been through the school part and all that. But it's like you go somewhere, because I remember when I was young, I might go down south to my peoples. I come back up. I might go down there for the summer. I might come back up and say, man, you sound country as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it was. And you got to realize he was moving here, there. In these major cities too. These he moved to Baltimore, Atlanta, Oakland. You know what I'm saying? California. You know what I'm saying? It was New York. It was for him to be moving around like that, and for him to adapt to everybody style and everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? Just shows how much of a great impact he was to a lot of people everyday lives. Because Shock G, man, Shock G was making it seem like, from not making it seem like, Shock G was explaining it as if once Pac came into that element of him giving him that chance to spit, he became motivation when he came in the studio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got this dude, he's talking about things that I know for a fact my vocabulary not
at 18?
At 18? Yeah.
His vocabulary, his thought process, and became his lyrics was teaching. It
was crazy.
And informational.
At that age.
Crazy. With words he was using, man, you'll be amazed by that shit. That's why he was like, yo, man, once I gave him that you know what I'm saying, that alley hoop, and he killed it, and hear what he was saying, and then right after that, it was just crazy. I didn't know that also. I didn't know that when he came out of jail from the first round is when he made Dear Mama. He wrote Dear Mama inside and came home, and his mom came and picked him up. He put it in. I got something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was dope as well.
That was dope.
That was real solid.
You know what's interesting about, you mentioned the Dear Mama part.
Yeah.
He actually also shot the undercover cops. And he before he had his mom listen to it, he shot the undercover cops, went back up to his room, and y'all want y'all to hear this song.
Yeah.
And he played Dear Mama for her. That's a crazy way to first hear Dear Mama though.
But I mean, but for me, those are the type of stories that I want to hear. Like people that was actually with him, like, dude just shot these cops, and he went back up in the hotel room, played this song, and sitting back chilling like it was nothing.
Like he was calm. Like they knew they could come get him. And even like we always attribute Tupac with like the Oakland, like the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But really, Marin City, what I learned a little more about on this documentary, it was a different place.
Very upscale.
It was upscale, and they lived at the bottom of the hill in the slums, but everything on the top of the hill was like big money.
Yeah.
And they lived like in the bottom in the slums. So it wasn't Oakland, it wasn't the Bay Area, but we not from there, so we don't really know the surroundings, but they broke it down a little more of that area. And even his name, where Shakur came from, the guy Lumumba Shakur, they adopted it from his family. And Tupac Amaru was named after indigenous people, like they were martyrs.
Yeah.
So like that was something that I learned. So it's a lot of stuff to take away from.
There's a lot of gems. There was a lot of video clips that I thought, like, come on now. It's like, yo, we all seen all the Tupac clips, and I'm like, yo, this is like footage of him, sitting in a Jeep, like riding through the city and stuff like that. Is like, to me, that's cool as hell.
He definitely got some exclusives. I don't know how he particularly pulled off some of this thing, but he definitely got some exclusives.
Absolutely.
So y'all mentioned Afeni Shakur. Like, how do you think, like, her life? I think Freak's talking about it. How do you think her life directly impacted Tupac?
I mean, without her life, like, it would be no Tupac. Like, just, her being woke, her coming from, South Carolina, and then she moved up to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, seeing her dad as a truck driver, I thought that was kind of cool. And, like, her and her sister being in New York, me and the dark-skinned girls getting picked on. So that led her to become, like, a Black Panther, like, being woke and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting.
She said something real powerful that I actually missed the first time I watched it, and then the second I watched it again to kind of refresh myself, and then it like blew my mind. She said, I kept on having all these miscarriages. I wouldn't get past like 3 months.
Yeah.
And she said, when Tupac passed that time, I knew he was destined for greatness. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that's powerful.
Was powerful.
She already had three miscarriages.
Yeah. So I said, oh wow.
And when Tupac came, it wasn't no miscarriage.
And she was in her most stressful period. She was locked up her whole pregnancy, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And just her aura of her, like her energy and like the way she carried herself and the things she was, like learning and what she put herself around, she brought all that back home. Mm-hmm. And when she brought all that back home, she brought that all back home to him. You know what I'm saying? He was learning from her. He's around her a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he's picking up on all these people. That's why, like, his God, he got like 2 goddads, 2 or 3 goddads. They are very powerful people.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Geronimo
Pratt is that God.
They very powerful people that she was learning from, that she was under. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So you can just imagine the conversations that she was a part of, the plays, the whole everything. You know what I'm saying? From legal to illegal. But more importantly, like what she stood for, and she was looked at as that powerful woman in the Black Panther community. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people looked at her as strong. Some of the men looked at her as one of the guys. And then a lot of the men was attracted to her from her power and what she possessed and how smart she was. So to bring all that back home to Pop, and then him moving around, him getting into these like certain plays and certain schools for, you know what I'm saying? He brought all that out into these schools and stuff that probably never heard nothing or felt nothing like that. Can you imagine his vocabulary and what he was saying? Like, yo, man, listen to his interviews when they are interviewing him as a teenager. You get what I'm saying? Like, no teenager talks like that.
Very well spoken, mannered. You know what I'm saying?
So she was bringing all that back. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same way. If you be around somebody long, you'll learn about them, or they'll start to rub off on you, or you'll start talking like them, or you'll start doing the research like them, or you'll start being smarter than them. That's why they say try to hang around people that's richer than you.
Oh yeah, the way that she influenced him, man, and also like the way her intellect and giving that intellect to Tupac, it affected him his entire life. So, like one of my mentors. When it comes to in the writing industry, one of his favorite Tupac albums is Tupacalypse Now, due to the messaging in that album. And he was just like, he kind of feels ashamed when a lot of black people say, oh, that album is whack, or they don't like that album. And he's like, that kind of shows him that a lot of our people lost, because Tupac was dropping a lot of gems in that first album, but it wasn't getting a lot of hype, because at the time that's when the gangster rap and stuff was starting to pick up the way it was. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, the production, it didn't have the head knocking beats like that we were getting accustomed to of coming up in the hip hop game around that time. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? But that's like I argue with Tez about that album. Like, yo, like you ain't even listening. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And we had a big argument during the episode. And I'm like, yo, that album, it's not a classic of you, and that's his first album. You may not like it, but you ain't even hearing the message. And then it went from that to Thug Life.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like Thug
So
Life.
now you like, but see, now you like Thug Life because of why? Because it's the different beats and it's them sounds from over there. But it's the same
the same
messaging in them joints from Tupacalypse Now.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I gotta apologize to Tupac and his supporters a little bit. I've been a little crucial over the years. I ain't call it whack. I just said I didn't like it, but it's more behind. It's more behind how Tupacalypse Now came about. Because if you hear when he rapping on this documentary,
that's Tupacalypse.
He rapping like Rakim, like Rakim would rap, but even more socially. So if his mom didn't move him, and he was in New York still, and he got a different kind of energy production wise behind. Can you imagine that stuff he was saying over that different kind of energy of beats? But he was with his crew was Shock G and them, so that's all he had. He ain't had no budget. He ain't had no whatever Shock G gave them, but Shock G is giving them their influence from that area over there. If he would have got Tupac is from New York, like people got to understand.
Tupac on like the Bomb Squad or something.
Those from New York.
Another big rapper, big entrepreneur that moved to Oakland and adapted their sound and their way and brought it back to where he was from, and they liked it. You know who that was? Master P.
Yeah, he was in that.
Master P went to Oakland.
He was in the Richmond area.
And he took their sound. He started rapping over their sound. Then he brought it back to the South, put the little twang on it, but still with that sound.
He got
and that's why he got popping out there. First,
he did.
You get what I'm saying? So now, Tupacalypse Now is recorded out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With them producers, with them beats. And then that's when you seen the transformation, when you seen Thug Life. Because now he's moving East Coast, boom, boom, then Above the Rim, and then all that. You know what I'm saying?
He's also surrounded by the Outlaws, too.
Exactly.
That East Coast.
Then Me Against the World, and it was over. Yeah. Me Against the World, straight up East Coast. With that West Coast sound, them horns, you know what I'm saying, from Woody, you know, the pattern of the rhyming, and you know what I'm saying? And, yo, man, that's what makes him the greatest to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just an overall great artist. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't like he didn't have people don't. I hope people don't make it seem like he couldn't rap. No, he could definitely rap.
Yeah.
And the stuff he was talking about was far beyond what a lot of people were talking about at 18 or 19.
And then you might have to go back and watch again, because I know some of these rhymes, and listen. I mean, in the movie, the acapellas that he's rapping, they from Tupacalypse.
Yeah, they are.
You feel what I'm saying? You just ain't got the beat.
Yeah, like it's trapped and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are songs. Sometimes they sound different over beats when you hear just the words coming at you.
But now you getting the words.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I like on how he produced this documentary, because at times he just wanted you to hear the words. You already know the beat. You know what I'm saying? So now I want you to fall in love with the words.
Yeah. Now, Afeni Shakur and how it affected Tupac. One of the great parts of this documentary I like is when they were like flashing back between Afeni in her trial and then Tupac on trial.
Yeah.
And to me, Afeni Shakur had a lot of trauma in her life. It was a lot of like her comrades was getting shot at, killed, getting locked up, getting their offices burnt down. You know what I'm saying? She after that, her husband, you know, when she started dating or married to Matulu Shakur, like you see how they did him, like everybody was getting railroaded. So she had a lot of trauma. So you can kind of understand why Tupac had all this drama.
Yeah.
Like look what it was passed down to from his mom, and he was on 100. He wasn't hearing no kind of nonsense from nobody based off, you know, how he came up, what his mom had to deal with. So I think that was great to show like the comparison of her, how she handled herself in court, and how Tupac handled himself in court. He like, look, man, I already know y'all handling me right now. But you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm just mad my people looking at me like this. All I did for y'all?
Yeah.
I guess y'all ain't never getting no keep your head up no more, man. You think I'm gonna do this to a female? Brenda's got a baby?
Yeah.
And this how y'all doing me, man?
Keep your head up, all that.
Yeah, so it was definitely, they definitely paralleled, and you could definitely see his whole personality, his aura, the energy he had. It directly came from his mom. His mom was a soldier, man.
He was that
And
spark.
basically, you know, he was basically saying the same thing, sort of like his mom was saying. Like, whatever you say about me, you're not judging me. I'm judged by God.
Yeah.
God is judging this moment right now.
I'm in God's
You know
hands.
what I'm saying? I'm in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? So you saying that to a judge, he kind of like piss him off. Like, all right, motherfucker, you are right, but you bitch. You know what I'm saying? And yo, man, it's just he was wrong, man.
Now, one of the biggest parts on there about Afeni Shakur was the Panther 21 trial that they went deep into. It was a group of 21 Black Panther members who were arrested and accused of planned coordinated bombings and long-range rifle attacks on 2 police stations and an educational office in New York City in 1969. Afeni Shakur was facing 300 years.
That's crazy.
Not life, 300 years. And representing herself. She didn't go to law school. She don't got no kind of background in law. She represented herself. She was the first to be released on a $100,000 bail. And she really she took the baton of the Black Panthers at that time, and she pretty much did everything, and she became a star. But what do y'all think about how that was portrayed in the documentary? Because that was
informational.
That was powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because me myself, I didn't know all the ins and outs of it, and I still don't from what we just got. But I know more now from the documentary of learning about the whole situation. But that was powerful for her. You know what I'm saying? It explains more and more about Pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
In a way, she got people to back her up too, as far as like the media access at that time with that trial. Like when I seen in the documentary the footage of all those people behind Afeni and behind the Black Panthers and what they were doing, it just showed just the impact that she had and her energy behind it. Like it just. Like you really can't describe it, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where she one of them people that's going to forever transcend like time to me. You know what I'm saying? And I get where Tupac gets it from.
And they really captured her as a leader. Like sometimes in history, it's just making it seem like, oh, she just was a member of Black Panthers.
She was more than that.
She was way more than just a member. She was a leader.
She was highly respected.
Yeah, she was highly respected. And when she came home, like when she cross-examined as a lawyer, pretty much with no background. That informant, the dude that that was he was pretty much
cop.
It was a snitch. That they had a bunch of them in the Black Panther camp. She turned him all around. She said, "No, I ain't on trial. I'm putting you on trial." She had him mad up there. He was folding on the stand.
That's crazy. I mean, to me, like that just shows the power of a black woman. Like, to me, man, they the best. Black women are the best, and that just proves, you know what I mean? Like, yo, they can do anything. You know what I mean?
And you know what else was crazy at that time? It was radical white people that actually broke in to the offices in Media, PA, not too far from us, and released all the
files,
all the documentation showing all this corrupt stuff that we all know existed already and still exists to this day. But they put it out there,
right out there,
that they were targeted. J. Edgar Hoover was targeting the Black Panthers. They were trying to. They was a threat because they were so powerful. They was a threat, and they put that out there. And at the time, it was great for them because they trying to give her 300 years. 300 years. She is prepared to give birth to Tupac and give her to her sister. Give him to her sister. Mm-hmm. Like she was expecting to be in jail for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's real. That's real big.
But for her to do that, it was an 8-month trial. She was locked up for 2 years. Before she even got bail, she was locked up for 2 years. Like pregnant though. Like Tupac was in jail most of the time. Like he was being carried, like she was carrying him. He was in jail, man. So I think he got a certain kind of anger, a certain kind of edge. Like look,
come out with a chip on his shoulder.
Look at the conditions he was. She wasn't eating right. Like she was locked up.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It was powerful, man. Looking back at the Black Panther Party, which you got to see a lot in Afeni Shakur's involvement. How do you feel about the way the government kind of dismantled them as a group?
I mean, to me, I just feel like you said, they were just scared of them. They just wanted to chip by chip, just take them. You know what I mean? Just take them out.
They were so powerful though at their height.
Yeah,
like, in all the different communities, they was powerful, man.
It's always an odd thing to me, right? Because it's like, it's a question that like we'll never get an answer to. Like we understand the answer of why we are targeted, right? But when it comes to, you know, like the Black Wall Streets and the Black Panthers, it's like we're doing things on our own to help our own community. So we're going to build a whole city because we're discriminated against, we're lynched and all that. So let's protect ourselves, build our own cities, our own hospitals, our own banks, our own schools, and take care of each other. All right, now you're jealous of that, so we're gonna burn your whole city down and blow it up. Damn. All right. Yeah. Now the police keep randomly killing us, going to our neighborhoods, planting heroin on us. Let's go ahead and start our own movement, get some guns, and legally feed the kids in the morning because they don't really got no food and everything like that. Let's come up with the breakfast program. Let's come up with the Black Panther Party. That's what we're gonna call it, and we're gonna protect our own community. Now we target it. It's like, hold on, we're not out here lynching y'all like y'all lynching us. We're not looking for y'all. We're not going to y'all schools. We're not shooting y'all up. We just protecting our communities. But now y'all after us, and we're gonna get the whole government on y'all. I mean, it's like. That's the thing that makes you go like, why? We're just chilling doing our own thing, and then you gotta sabotage it every time. But I don't see you doing that to any other so-called minority community. It's always the black one that y'all go after the hardest.
Because it's the guilt that I feel like. It's like they think that we're gonna like revolt and do
the same thing that they would do if they was in that situation.
Exactly. Like, this is for slavery. Like, nah, we just trying to protect our own. Like,
but the crazy thing about the Black Panther Party, it wasn't particularly even like a hate towards white people.
It wasn't at all.
It was just the pigs. Anybody that's coming against us, like you getting double that energy back. It wasn't really like yo, we hate
about the racist cops.
Yeah, it's about
the racist cops.
It's about the government and you white pig, you racist cops that's coming at us. We want all the smoke with y'all. But it wasn't even necessarily a we hate white. It wasn't a we
Not
hate
at
white
all.
people.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It's just we to try and protect our people.
That's it.
And then with that also, we had like white people help us too.
Yeah,
exactly.
With the Rainbow Coalition. They helped out and stuff. So it's not like it's just, Black Panther out to kill white people. It's not that. It's like, we trying to just protect our own.
It's a lot of them that's more at fault than a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? And our anger turned on our own people. Yeah. Our anger with them turns into us fighting with each other and killing each other.
Yeah.
And then that's what, back then they been off that. It wasn't like it wasn't no war against each other like how it is right now. Mm-hmm. Back then, the enemy was we you know what I'm saying, we was aligned on who the enemy was. Now if you get caught, motherfucker end up getting crossed or wherever the case may be, something like that. But not like now. This shit would like us killing us is at a different type level, man.
Broad daylight, kids, women, people,
graduations, everything.
Graduating.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I think that's what's so sad with the youth now that's coming up, that they don't get a trip back to look at or to get the knowledge or the information on things of the Black Panther and what they was for and what they was against. Start putting that shit in the curriculum in these colleges. You want our money?
Yeah, I agree.
Especially a black college. It should definitely be in the curriculum.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That should be a class.
Yeah.
For sure.
Black Panther Party class.
But we also got to learn from what happened with the Black Panthers and a lot of our leaders, because they after Malcolm X, they considered they didn't want no more messiahs and no more black messiahs to come about. So they seen the Black Panther and the power. We gotta take them out. J. Edgar Hoover made all the powers that be. He pretty much convinced them that they all was a threat. So all these black people, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party, they're all threats. We need to put all this dollars into getting people to infiltrate our own people.
Yeah.
Same color, black people, to go all the way to where they are like Black Panthers for like years.
Yeah.
They on the front line with these dudes. They think that's my brother. He a whole informant the whole time.
Yeah.
That's sad. And the dude that was the last with Malcolm X was an informant. The dude that held him in the picture.
Wow.
He trusted this dude.
Yeah, man.
Fred Hampton. Same thing happened to him.
Yeah.
And then they just decide one day, okay, let's just go kill everybody. You just knock on Fred Hampton's door at 2-3 in the morning, just shoot everybody, just shooting people, just lit them up. They said actually one shot came from them. All the other they said a shootout. The news said a shootout. One shot came from them. They lit him up, man. Everybody. 2 people got killed, but they just killed them.
But this is crazy. I mean,
it's sad, man.
But the informant, they had the whole layout. This is the room. This is the living room. This is the bathroom. They already knew where it was at. It's crazy.
That was the only way they can do it.
Yeah.
We powerful, man. They don't like us.
Yeah.
They don't like us because we're powerful.
Yeah,
I'm
and the way we influence people, like when you were saying with Malcolm,
influence.
he had when he was going out to Europe and stuff like that doing speeches, he had all of them so engulfed in his speeches and what he was saying that they understood it. Same with Fred Hampton, he had the rednecks in them coming out and they were just like, oh, I understand this, brother, I get it. So the fact that they was galvanizing all these people together,
and then Snoop said it too. Snoop was, he put it out there. He was like, this is how they teach us to hate each other. The Bloods, the Crips, you know what I'm saying? All these gangs. You know what I'm saying? Because we got so much love and we got so much strongness in us that, like when we come together, you know what I'm saying, we become a force.
Yeah.
And they scared of that. So they find ways to make us go against each other. You know what I'm saying? And that Tupac and Biggie thing was one of the ways.
Yeah, the East
that
Coast,
shit was
West
created
Coast.
by the magazine covers. They hyped it, the newspapers. All ran by white people. You get what I'm saying? So when it goes like that, it's like, what are we here for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to know what we're here for. And we got to make sure we, at the end of the day, man, we educate those under us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going on, man. It's the lack of education. They going in there and learning about everything else in school, whatever it may
Not
be.
important.
But school is really after school when you know what I'm saying? And, that's some things that we all fall victim to, you know what I'm saying? With not having the time and not making sure that, our children know. You know what I'm saying? So
It's crazy because they pretty much,
I ain't going to say not having the time, not making the time.
They pretty much used the blueprint, how they used to dismantle the black organizations and all that. They took that to rap, and then they created it. Yeah. They create the division, because now the government and all the powers that be, they probably happy right now because nobody's aligned. Everybody's all over the place. We killing each other. We doing drill music, just shooting each other.
Shoot up your ops.
So it ain't no togetherness, and they knew this in the 70s, 60s, 70s. That when black people come together, we're too powerful for them. But we can't do that because we're so divided. You got light skin and black skin, dark skin. You got the hood. You got the uppity black people think they better. Everybody can't come together.
You got the Uncle Toms out here thinking that
when you have organizations like
bootlickers,
when you have organizations like Black Panthers that almost had it, we divided them, and now they so traumatized from the experiences of getting shot at, getting thrown in jail. Then they all junkies now because they imagine that trauma. That's worse than war.
They needed a way to get away, which was the drugs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The escape. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next thing, the drugs. Like I said a million times, we don't make that shit. We don't know nothing about making it.
Now, how do you think the Black Panther, the Black Panther movement, like inspired Tupac's music? Like,
man, a whole lot, man. He even starts saying their names and at the end,
Machiavelli,
and his song, especially in Machiavelli. Yeah, he threw a lot of it out there. You know what I'm saying? He educated me on some people that was powerful. That that actually been in prison or lost their life through to the, from the, trials and tribulations of the white man. You know what I'm saying? But he was just a overall just great poet, man. You know what I'm saying? And
he was different.
And like his aunt said, his poetry, his aunt and Shock G said his poetry was just his poetry. And everything he started doing started to be like poetry. Even when he started talking regular, you know what I'm saying? It was like you was listening to a poet talk, like he was saying one of his poems. Yeah, and that's how his music came apart too. So I just think that being around it, since he was young, you know what I'm saying, and really soaking up the game and being around him, of course that's going to come out. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like you being a great basketball player and you're around all the basketball players all the time, of course you're going to end up shooting the jumper nice or playing it. Right. Or becoming his Curry's.
Well, Geronimo Pratt was his godfather, which he a political prisoner. Mutulu Shakur was pretty much his dad. That's who pretty much he looked at as a father figure. The whole thug life thing came from Mutulu Shakur. So he was at one point he was like Mutulu Shakur outside of jail. Like that's how locked in they was. And Mopreme Shakur, which if you don't know was a member of Thug Life, that's Mutulu's actual son. So he was with Tupac a lot. Before Death Row, he was right with Tupac. So, and then Fred Hampton, his whole story was super motivation for like what's the saying that Fred Hampton says you can kill the
you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't
kill the revolution. Like he said that, like Tupac said that really like
he was young too. Fred Hampton was in his early 20s.
He said that really spoke to him when he heard that from Fred Hampton. So he used to mention Fred Hampton in his songs too. So
and not only that though, you gotta see how his mom and them. They all generated the Shakur name within inside the Black Panther Party. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't his mom and her real name. She developed that name and that became her name. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like started like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this my name. I ain't that white name my parents gave me. Boom, boom, all from the strength of y'all. This is who I am. And it started spreading throughout the Black Panther Party. Like, all the Shakurs are not related. Nah. They just took that name on. It's sort of like within the religion of Islam. You know what I'm saying? You get the Abdul Muhammad, Abdul Jamals, you know what I'm saying? Abdul such and such, you know what I'm saying? Shaheed or Islam or you know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like that. So they brought that through the Black Panther Party. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got a lot of Shakurs and they starting to branch off from them names and all that.
Mm-hmm. What did when he got beat in Oakland by the police officers? What do you think that did for Tupac? Like his mindset.
Still nigga. Yeah. Still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it made him like it made him a dog now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It made him like a dog as in like, yo, now I'm really gonna get y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like because I know y'all, you know what I'm saying? And it just made him disrespect things that came from the law or came from them type people more. The reporters, you know what I'm saying? All the journalists that didn't mean no good, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first time seeing the video where he checked the journalists. Yeah. They played that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he broke it down like, all right, you was there, you witnessing? Yeah. All right, well, don't. He was like, well, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, that's my people. Don't talk about my people like that. That's like me mentioning your people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely
all that, like, he became a revolutionary.
Well, you definitely get that energy after that situation is that energy is added on to the me against the world energy, meaning so he got shot up at Quad Studio. He also got beat up by the police, and he also got accused of rape. So it's like, okay, like you brought up before, Carl, how it's like, okay, my people, y'all think I would actually rape a girl, blah blah blah. I did all these songs about me, loving women. Look how I treat women. And then, dang, he always said on multiple interviews, he said, I couldn't believe my own people shot at me. And then on the other one, of course, he always had something against the racist cops. So you know what I'm saying? Always. So that energy going into All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, you just hear it. Yeah, you just hear it like, I'm just pissed. The anger. The anger and the frustration, you get it. And so when I say me against the world, I'm saying that the me against the world attitude, mentality, that's where you see where all that comes from.
I think that turned him into an animal, because I think before then he was just going off the anger from his mom generation and all that. But then when he experienced it for himself, I'm somewhat a popular rapper. Yeah. Y'all just gonna beat me down out here in the middle of the street? Like, it wasn't even like it was nighttime. It was like broad day. Like, you just gonna beat me down like this? Like, I didn't even know he first cut his hair bald because he got alopecia from the injuries from that. That's when he first cut his hair. That's another thing I learned from this. So it just made him angry. Like, oh, word, y'all beat up Rodney King. Y'all gonna do me like this now? I'm a savage now. I'm on y'all ass. Like, it turned him into a savage, I think.
But then also I think too is like, this stuff happened to his people in the 60s. And now we're fast forward to the 90s. This stuff is still going on. Like, what's going on? Like
y'all gonna say I'm jaywalking, then you're gonna beat me down like this? Like, I'm Tupac. I'm Tupac. I don't care who you are, man. Get down, they handled him, man. I think that turned him into like a real animal. Man.
Absolutely. It made him just made him like more like on the office side, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Because all right, now I gotta look at all y'all the same. You feel me? Because this should have never happened to me. You know what I'm saying? It should have never happened to nobody, but it happened to me because of this.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
This stupid jaywalk.
And I think he was feeling at the time like, I'm Tupac. Like I made a name for myself. And like Freak said, you still a nigga, man.
You're still a nigga.
We already beat your ass. That's what they beat him down. And I think he was like, oh, it don't even matter if I got money or I got a little bit of fame.
Got a movie out. Juice came out. And still hitting me. It's crazy.
No, in your hometown. Like, I'm from this area. I'm Tupac. I don't care who you are, man. Like, Still nigga. And we ain't gonna just embarrass you. Like, we're gonna beat you down. Like, this dude had scars all like, I ain't know about the alopecia. That's crazy. Like, I gotta cut my hair wouldn't grow back right.
That's frustrating too. Like, brother in his hair, and you gotta cut that thing bald now and get used to it.
I thought that was just a style. I didn't know he was forced to to do that. So, man, that was crazy, man. That's crazy. But Tupac, man, there was a lot of events that happened. Like, this guy had a lot of stuff that just happened in his life. One of the things we mentioned the Oakland beating, then Lenny mentioned this too. But the shooting of the undercover officers in Atlanta, to me, that was pivotal. Like, that was a real
self-defense.
Because to me, most other people, it would have been a wrap for them. Like, they wouldn't have beat that case. This dude, he seen these two undercover, he didn't even know they was cops. He just thought they was two white men at the time. Beating up this black guy. He could have just, like Snoop said in the documentary, he could have just been like, damn, that's messed up. It kept it moving. No, Tupac gets out, gets down on one knee like a sniper,
Probably just left the gun range.
Boom, boom, boom. Shoots one of them in the ass, man. Yo, he had no idea they was undercover cops, but they was doing dirt though.
Yeah.
And something about him was like, nah, I'm here for my people. This wasn't his relative.
In the state of Georgia.
In the state of Georgia,
Good luck with that, bro.
And then he beat the charges.
Yeah.
Like,
That'll never ever happen again.
Freaks, you know how many people got handled on stuff like that?
Man, I know a lot of people.
Got damn near life for
I know a
something
lot
like
of
that.
people, man.
And this dude beat that and then walked out the thing like George Jefferson.
Yeah. He said that killed him. He said that was. He said that's what took it to a different level.
Yo, that was classic.
Because during that month, because you gotta realize this is a rapper on trial for attempted murder on 2 officers.
2 officers.
So this is big. This ain't no regular motherfucking story, local story. This is big, and that's another thing that Afeni brought up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all his situations was always magnified because he was never a regular kid.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So everything he done was always magnified, even from off of her. Because everything, her popularity.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So he never got to witness no regular trouble, because if that was just a regular kid doing that, they would have been in jail.
That's a good
But
point.
unfortunately, it was Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, to go out there on that type of time and to really be like on like nah, that's when the revolutionaries start kicking in again as the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, from him, like, nah, man, I'm here for my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's what pissed him off, because he had 2 sides. Because he's also that, but he's also an intellectual and love women. You get what I'm saying? And want, our people to take care of women. Like the aunt said, we might be walking by, he might be like, yo, man, don't talk to your girl like that. Don't beat your girl. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of power that he started to have, because I'm Tupac, like you said. I'm Pac now. So maybe I can get away with a little bit more, whether it's wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? But wrong for them. Yeah. But right for my people. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't doing too much wrong to our people. He was doing the wrong was to them. Yeah. The medias, like all the white shit that was taking advantage of our community and the racist people that dealt with it. All his wrong was geared towards them.
Pac is a true Gemini. 2 sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but when he beat that, I'm like, wow, that would have been enough. You would think that would be enough right there.
Chill after that.
He shot 2 undercover officers.
That let him know what his power.
Shot him.
That let him know his power.
Beat the charges. Walked out of there like George Jefferson. Like, that's like saying middle finger to the government. So that they don't like that.
They said from that moment he walked out of that courtroom like that. All eyes was on him.
And then I agree with Freaks. Freaks, you made a great point. Afeni Shakur, her life with him being her son, that automatically brought stuff on him, because they knew that was Afeni Shakur's son. They knew her power. She beat them charges that she wasn't supposed to beat. They were trying to give her 300 years. She beat that. Oh, now she got a son and he got the same thing.
Yeah, we gotta stop this.
And he's powerful. We gotta take him out.
And people that's doing their homework know that.
So Freaks, that ain't no different than like they saying like, oh, she got the next Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now think about Tupac's life. He's gone. They was gonna find a way. Whether we set up rappers and make a beef, whether we do gang, we gotta find a way to get this dude up out of here.
And
Tupac was getting interviews before he was Tupac.
Word.
Look at the interviews that he was getting. Lenny.
High school.
Yeah. Lenny. Yeah. He's in high school. He didn't even think about rapping yet or making music. Why, you think that was just a coincidence? Or you think that, it's because of what he was saying in them classrooms and them words getting passed around, and like anybody other journalist, oh shit, that's Afeni Shakur's son. She's down with the Black Panther. He's there. You got connections with him? You think I can interview him? That's probably how that shit played out. Them early interviews, Tupac had boxed with a tank top on.
Well, the FBI got files. The FBI got files on him since he was a kid.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
you know what I'm saying?
They always on track.
His shit was never regular like us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like his like everything was always like his aunt said, everything he done was always magnified. Jaywalking, magnified.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the worst way to bring him down? Because you already know he against y'all. His problem not with his people, because he making songs about his people. Damn, we got him. We got a fucking charge on him. And we gonna make it like that. And then his influence, whoever was around him, was like the same way he'll pick up on shit is the same way people was influenced by him as well. But I'll let you go on because I want to get into something I knew probably further than
well, I mean, then it's interesting because after he did that, he still had this calm that he just shot 2 police officers. He know he shot them.
Yep.
Then he goes up to the hotel room. Everybody else, he's just chilling. He know they going to come for him. He just chilling. Hey, y'all, man, I'm going to let y'all hear this song. Dear Mama.
Like,
at that moment, you want them to hear Dear Mama.
That's the finesse song.
That's just interesting to me.
Yeah.
But then
crazy.
we get to the sexual assault situation. Now, I forget his man name, the dude that was with him, I forget his name. They got his 2 names, the same name, whatever. But he was the dude that was with Tupac. Now, he goes into real detail about what happened.
Yes.
He said, this is real vital to me. Tupac already had sex with the girl before.
Yeah.
So that wasn't even like an option. He already had sex with her. She was coming up there for him. She gave him a massage. Tupac was tired. Tupac laid it down. What's my man name?
Jimmy Henchman.
No, not Jimmy Henchman.
Haitian Jack.
Haitian
Don't
Jack.
forget the Haitian Jack story. You remember the documentary we did an episode on as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that, but go ahead. This is what I was waiting on.
Haitian Jack and his man, which they said we don't even know who the guy is to this day.
Yeah.
Tupac falls asleep. He was tired, man. He does a lot, obviously, on a daily basis. He got a crazy schedule. He falls asleep. They go in there and shut the door. She come out traumatized. The dude that's Tupac man is like, yo, what's going on? She like, how could you let this happen to me? Whatever them 2 did to her, she calls the cops. Tupac gets charged with rape, sexual assault. For a girl, he ain't had to rape her. He already had her. He could have had her that night if he wanted to.
Tupac, I ain't gonna rape no
He
woman.
just was tired.
Yeah.
So now they said Biggie. They said several people warned him, like around the circle that he was running with in New York. But once again, because of Tupac and his upbringing, he was attracted to all these different kind of lifestyles of people, and he fell all the way in with them. But Tupac said, "Man, he said if I'm guilty of anything, it was guilty of I didn't protect her. I shouldn't have fell asleep without making sure she was gone or whether she left. That's the only thing I'm guilty of. But rape, nah. But I'll let you go, freaks. I'll let you go.
And this is when we go back to that documentary when Haitian Jack was telling his side,
Which is hip hop.
Because you know it's always 3 sides.
Hip hop undercover.
Is one side, your side, and the truth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now a lot of the truth is starting to come out now.
Right.
And one of the truths is that I remember Haitian Jack saying in his interview that Tupac wanted to be him. He was infatuated with his lifestyle and things, his strength in the streets. But also Haitian Jack wanted to be Tupac. Tupac finessed the bras with nothing. He didn't have as much as Haitian Jack.
Everybody said that.
You feel what I'm saying? Bitches love Pac for Pac. Bitches ain't love Haitian Jack for Haitian Jack. You get what I'm saying? They loved him because of what he brought to the table, his power, his money. You know what I'm saying, at the time, or whatever the case may be. So that was the influence, and that was one of the things that Pac did. Pac always brought the bras around just off the strength.
And Shock G said before rap.
Before
he
rap.
got popular rap.
Before rap. He just knew how to... He was so intellectual that he thought it was corny. You get what I'm saying? When he was around certain people. But in all actuality, certain people that he was around was very attracted to how intellectual he was. Haitian Jack was one of the guys that was attracted to his intellect. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, Haitian Jack ain't never seen nobody pimp the girls like him. Or the girls fall to their feet for nobody. Their bras used to fall to their feet for Pac at this time. So they both took something from each other's style, but you couldn't get the woman like him.
Yeah.
So that situation, how it played out, is sort of played out how it played out because Haitian Jack, they probably went in there on some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? What he basically was saying. Him and his man, he locked the door and covered the peephole up. You feel me? So that right there, but like you said, like Pac already had it. Pac like, oh yeah, you come over, you massage me, man. You know, just give me a massage, I'm chilling. The girl was happy with that. Yo, I'm massaging my man. You know, I already had him, but you know, he invited me back. You know what I'm saying? Now, this broad, from what we hearing, is very known in New York. Like, a lot of people liked her, wanted her. I'm pretty sure they wanted her before.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And seen her, and then see how easy it was for Pop when he come in town. It's like the new guy coming to a city and nobody knows him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? I'm being real. Like, that's just how it goes. And so the same way they say that everybody else, like, Pac was biting their style, whatever. Nah, when Pac was coming around, people wanted to be him as well, and the things that he done. He had a different power, and his power was with his tongue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what he say to you, and the way he talked to the women. That's why they try to humiliate him with the sex joint, because I just came off their mama. I just gave my. Why would I do my woman like that? And that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they continue to make them songs too.
Yeah, but but also, and they said his Above the Rim character was based off of Haitian Jack. You know,
Yeah.
Birdie.
yeah. But
probably
Haitian,
took some.
But Haitian Jack was probably like, you know, just looking at it from another side. Haitian Jack was probably like, yo, Pac want to be me, so why ain't I getting the girls like Pac? If Pac got a respect for me, I should be getting the girls like him too. So he getting this bad joint, and I don't know what she looked like, but I'm just guessing. You know, Pac getting this bad joint. Okay, we coming up there, we coming to see this girl because Pac look up to me now in the street.
Yeah.
So you know, I want the same benefits as him.
And not only that, like, he might have been the dude that get the woman because he got the money in the streets. So now you got somebody coming to your city, they ain't got as half as what you got, and they all over him. How that make you look? You know what I'm saying? If you that guy, if you got that type of, he got that type of image. Cause for what Biggie and I'm like, yo, man, that ain't the type dude you want to be going. You know what I'm saying? From what they saying. Right. So that's that type of image.
But then it's like he took the blame just because he was a celebrity. Like, he went to jail for being a celebrity. The celebrity associated with. Like, they found him guilty for being a celebrity of some people that did look like some foul stuff.
I'm going to tell you this, man. Anytime you catch a case and it's all y'all on the case and they separated them. Something ain't right. Yeah. I'm just being real with you. That's some game for you. You feel me? Nah, we going to try this thing separate. Why? That's my conspirator. My conspirator right there. Why are you charging my conspirator separate now? Okay. All right. So, you know how that go.
Now, he was, at this point, the legal fees was adding up, so money was tight. Mm-hmm. So then he got a call for Lil Sean, man, $7,500 to do a verse. He go to Quad Studios, ends up getting shot. Now, they also did confirm that they said the Glock don't have a safety, so he did shoot himself. They did pretty much confirm that without confirming it. But Pac got shot, man.
Said Pac kept his pistol on him. For real.
Yeah, he got shot in
the process of him trying to pull out and shoot them was when he shot himself. This
is when all hell broke loose right here. This is when Pac, he couldn't trust nobody from New York.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, people did warn him about some of the deals. Yep. But I guess Pac was just like, everybody loved me. And I think he found that out not only in New York, but even when he was in Oakland when the kid got killed at the show he did, remember?
Yeah.
So he found out in both hoods, like, oh, it's people that actually hate me out here. Like, everybody, I think I'm bringing love to everybody, but there's people that actually hate me out here.
It's crazy.
So, like, how do I react to that? So he gets shot. He hurries up and leaves the hospital because he like, I can't trust the people in the hospital neither. He goes stage with Jasmine Guy. I can't make this stuff up. He goes to stage at Jasmine Guy apartment. But before he goes, he wakes up in the hospital and he think he dead because he looks up and see a man that looks just like him. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Crazy story. That's crazy.
And that's when he see his pop, and he like,
yo, like, this guy look just like me. Wow.
Just hearing the story, like, just being played back again is like.
But that scared him though. That let him know that, like, anybody can get up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he was at the hospital, and he woke up seeing his dad. I think that fucked him up.
That was his first time seeing him, right?
Huh?
That's his first time seeing him.
Yeah, first time seeing him.
He thought his dad was the other guy. He thought his dad was D.
And with that, he was frustrated with his mom too.
Right.
Yeah.
He was frustrated with his mom, from what I can remember.
Been frustrated with his mom, but you know that added to the frustration.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's what he said. Like, you know, like I start to talk about it so much in my music that it, you know, she gets like, damn, this is another one about me. You know what I'm saying? But she said, you know, but like he said, you know, her pain and his pain mix. So it's only one way for it to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when they say, like, nah, he hurting, like he going through something. Let him work that pen. And then that's when he went to jail and he started working that pen.
But even when we did the Me Against the World 25 episode, we talked about how dark the album was. But after even seeing this a little more, you can really see why the album was so dark. Like, he was literally, that was powerful. And he's talking about killing himself.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, like y'all need, like, it's like, yo, y'all don't love me, man. Like, I give my all to my people. Y'all gonna do me like this?
What did he write on his forehead? He wrote something on his forehead.
He wrote something on his forehead.
And he had a rifle or something sitting on, what's the name's cow?
Yeah.
What is it?
I forgot what he said.
Fuck the world or something?
Wasn't it something about death though?
Yeah, it was something about something like that. Yeah,
I forgot what it was. Yeah, that's when he was really low in the mental state at that point. Yeah,
that jail, him having to go to jail.
Yeah,
and then that's when his mom went to talk to him.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And then he went in. You know,
he was thinking about killing himself.
Yeah, he said before that, he said something like, "Tell Matulu one of the Conrads got away" or something, like, you know what I'm saying. But then he had the song. He was like,
oh, how he was trying to plan it. Yeah. How he was trying to plan it for him to go out there and for him to kill himself. And he drew up the whole story for the other guy, telling him like, yo, boom, boom. Whatever the case may be, but the whole time he was going to take his own life.
Yeah, but he had a song, he said, but when I went to pull that 9, all I could see was my mother's eyes.
Nobody knows my struggle. They only see the trouble.
Okay. Nah, man. So, wow, man. So he goes to jail. He gets shot, go to prison. At that point, where's Tupac at to y'all? Prison Tupac mentality wise.
Oh man, he back. He's still revolutionary, but now he's like hard on it now. And then not only that, he's more woke. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that he's just a number like everybody else, and like now his ego is took down because it's like, yo, all right, I'm a celebrity. They ain't gonna just throw me in jail like that. Nah, nigga, you gonna go sit down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that whole thing came upon. And it just made him hungrier too, man. And from that interview in there, like you could tell like he was totally different or whatever the case may be. And then his uncle also cleared up. Some other stuff that they were saying about Tupac. He was soft in there. He got raped and all that. His uncle said, "Man, we have people. Our people was in there. He was heavily protected. You know what I'm saying? They knew don't let nothing. They had people in there guarding them with their own life.
Yep. Now he did say some of the guards used to mess with him.
Yeah, the guard but that was just it.
Yeah, it wasn't none of
that. That was just it. He said some of the guards used to mess with him, and some of them used to love him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you could just imagine. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it be some suckers, man. It's a lot of them. A lot of them CEOs is suckers, man, and a lot of that come from them. Like, motherfucker, just come do your job and leave. You don't got to be like that. You go home every night. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Take your life frustration out on us here.
Yeah, you feel me? And that's how a lot of motherfuckers is. And that was the only trouble he was having.
His cousin said he used to call him, and he used to call him and he'd be like, "Man, yeah, somebody else got stabbed."
And then not only that, he was protected by the Puerto Ricans as well from Fat Joe. Fat Joe even. His people was in there and told him, yo, man, make sure Pac good. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe putting the word out there. And Fat Joe did that for a few people. Yeah. But he specifically done that for Pac as well.
What do you think about prison mentality, Pac, Lenny?
Well, just like Freak said, he was definitely building up that hunger to like itching to get out and do something, you know what I'm saying, as far as music. And then other than that though, he was, you could tell that he was like at a calm state too, like based on the interviews of like how he was gonna move when he get out, like, and he couldn't wait to get out. So it's one of them things where when I looked at the interviews of Pac in prison and just chilling, it was one of them things where you could tell he was in his thoughts a lot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what he was thinking, but you could just tell mentally he was something was there. He was just like, all right, I'm in this Zen mode right now.
Not you, Sean.
I think prison Pac was just chill, detoxing, no liquor, no weed, just clearing his thoughts, writing songs. Well, I don't think he was writing songs because when he was Tupac
He made an album.
because he was saying Tupac Resurrection, he was like, you know, he was just kind of stuck. He didn't have no motivation to write songs.
Well, no, he made the songs for Me Against the World already, but they weren't like finished.
Yeah.
So he said he used to call Edie Amin from Outlaws, and he'd be like, turn this up a little bit, turn this up a little bit. So they putting the songs together. He did he did the bars for it, but they was actually like still putting together the songs while he was locked up.
Structure of the album,
Yeah. So it really got finished.
I think you guys pretty much summed it up. What prison Pac was like, I feel like.
All right. You know one interesting thing. When he was in jail, like he had this, like y'all was talking about, he had this whole plan. Like he was gonna, he said he was gonna stop smoking weed. He was going to start all these programs. He was working with Malcolm. He was going to work with Malcolm X's daughter. They was going to do all these things, but then Tupac it's like something clicked. He got a little restless with his people because he felt like they was taking too long to get him out.
Yeah.
And then, like Batman in the night, Suge Knight comes in the picture. And Suge like, you know, what's wrong, Pac? Man, my mom don't got nowhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke. You know, my people supposed to have me out. Oh, that's all that's wrong, Pac? Oh, I get your mom a house.
Yeah.
You sign a death row. You know what I'm saying? Give me the energy. And then that was a big switch for him because when he ended up signing with Death Row on paper, and all the people that he had on his team, they all was like, Pac, we gotta fall back because you was giving us a whole different mission. Now you ready to go to Death Row. And what's interesting is that they said that he wanted to make an album that Suge Knight will want.
Yeah.
That not that necessarily is Tupac, but I want to give Suge Knight. You let me out. I appreciate that. I'm gonna give you that Death Row album you want, and that's what he did.
Which changed everything.
Changed the game. Freaks, you talking about it?
And but moreover, it was well, for one, it was a classic.
Absolutely.
For two, I think I understand they saying like he made the album like they wanted whatever the case may be. I don't think that. I think it was more of him involving Death Row more in the album. You know what I'm saying? Like and not only Death Row West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because besides Redman and Method Man, everybody else on the album was from the West Coast. So I think it was more of that and bringing the whole Death Row family together. You get what I'm saying? I think the album, the songs that he wanted, or that he know for a fact he wanted to deliver to Suge, was the ones that was going at everybody else. Them diss songs. You feel me? And I think that's what Suge wanted, and you know what I'm saying? And Pac delivered it.
Yes, he did.
He delivered it. Yes, you know what I'm saying? But like Snoop said on there, Pac died at 25. 25, you still a kid, really. Mm-hmm. You ain't really you still somebody baby at 25. You not nobody baby no more till you 27. Mm-hmm. 27 is when you really get the grown. You know what I'm saying? Like you really become that grown individual, and gives you room to go back and everything that you may have done in your teenage or your early adult years, you go back and you fix it. And that's how Snoop said that it was no doubt in his mind, like once that transpired and he was on his way out of Death Row, he'd have went back and and made he felt as though he had went back and made things right as far as with him and Big E and certain people that.
Think so.
But it wasn't the album. He didn't give the album. Shit, nah. I'm coming over y'all sound, and I'm gonna make this classic in these two hits. But also, I'm gonna give you what you want is this song, and then not only that with this song, I'm gonna be very disrespectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And even Witchcomb said like at the end, like yo, Pop my man, but goddamn, some shit you said at the end was you ain't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? But all that was for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so let's just say Pac came out with like a woke album. You think that would have popped on Death Row, or you think Suge would have been like, nah, we got to do this whole album over again?
Well, that's interesting that you say that because All Eyes on Me was supposed to be a whole different name. I forget. I said it before.
Euthanize. Yeah, something.
He came to that with Suge. Suge like, nah. Let's call it All Eyes on Me. We can't do it like that. He had a whole. You know, Pac was a visionary, so he had the title, he had a cover, he had everything. Suge like, nah, man. Let's call it All Eyes on Me.
Get back in the studio.
We ain't going on all that. So he had other songs to go with that theme too. But yeah, I do think something clicked, something changed,
It clicked on Death Row.
But I think something changed over when he was in jail. Now, whether it was just a Suge conversation, because it's documentation or the interviews of where he was, Tupac was saying out of his mouth what his plans was. You know, his manager and the other people on the documentary, they was saying this is what Tupac wanted us to do. Yeah. I guess when they wasn't coming getting them out as fast enough, Suge came with an alternate. Suge, you gonna get my mom out? You gonna get me out? Oh, all right, cool. I'm all in. Let's go.
Because he had a bail. Because he was in there, but actually had a bail.
Yeah.
Because that's how he got home. Suge ain't just walk in there and get him off a sentence. He was in there on a sentence and had a bail. And that's how you know it was some bullshit they was charging him. Yeah. The whole thing was just getting Tupac off the streets.
What was the bail? Like $1 million? Was it?
I forgot how much.
No, it was less than that. 100,000. I want to say 100,000. They had the money. They had the money. They was about to bail him out. It's just that he wanted to go with Suge.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to. Well, they wasn't moving as fast as he wanted.
Yeah, and Suge came and shit.
So those plans that he had, he either put them on a back burner,
I think he would have got to him.
And then being 25 and being also impatient, and you just like, all right, what are y'all doing? Because I would be pissed too. Like, what's going on? Like, because like Freak said, I know y'all got the money as far as like my label or whatever, whoever on my team. So I'm gonna need y'all help. But the fact that Suge came out of nowhere. And he like, I got you. I'm like, all right, I'm on your team. Let's go. We about to do this. When I get out, we about to do this.
But Lenny, think about Tupac's life so far. You see the way he works. You see how much he was doing. He was doing like 3 songs, movies, videos, all in one day. So he just sitting in jail. Like, you thinking like he clocking that up. Like, how much
wasting
time
my life.
I gotta get out and get moved. Yeah. That's why when he came home, it was just like boom, 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 boom. It's an album. Yeah, do the verse. All right, the verse done. All right, y'all mix it. I'm gonna go work on another song now. Like he was like, so just sitting there wasting time to him. He like, I need to get out. So if people wasn't moving fast enough, Suge like, come on, man, I get you out. Come to Death Row.
And I'm not gonna say, and referring back to what Sean said, Pac was woke in All Eyes on Me. It's just that it was under a different texture, or different reasoning. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to say the woke phase or a different phase from that Suge Knight, or like they say the Suge Knight album gave Suge what he wanted, that's bullshit. Pac put out an album that he wanted to put out. But the satisfaction of the woke phase is all day 7 Day Theory, Machiavelli. You hear the shit he talking about in that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the album. That's one of the albums that let you know, like, all right, I'm up out of here.
My favorite Tupac.
You know what I'm saying?
After I watched this documentary, I wanted to hear Machiavelli. That's what I wanted to hear, because that's the kind of Tupac mindset that I like the most.
That's the last thing we was left with, Carl. Yeah. That was pure, and that was his, and that we know for a fact. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything else with the other songs, and they probably cut and paste that shit. But we know for a fact that Machiavelli was where he left off at, and it would have been spooky what was coming after that.
He wasn't in the studio with Eminem when he made them songs.
Man, stop the dumb shit. Stop the dumb shit.
My fault, man.
And Eminem gave him some props, man. Eminem said, man, yo, man, him getting that, getting the permission to make that happen, and he said that was the best time in his life in music.
Which actually wasn't a bad album.
He keep that.
Yeah, he keep that.
Tupac and Trick Daddy wasn't in the studio.
Come on, here you go.
Yeah,
Tupac and Jagged Edge.
And Big L, huh?
Dying to Live was good.
Nah, so Pop, you know what? It's interesting about this documentary. It's probably the first documentary that didn't really focus on the Biggie and Tupac beef that much.
Yeah.
Did you like that, or did you feel like Cause I kind of was so sick of that.
Yeah.
It was kind of good.
We heard it from everybody.
Everybody's angle.
You know what I'm saying? We heard it from everybody. Everybody from the people on Biggie's side, from the people on Pac's side. We heard it from everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was just time to hear from somebody, and that's what took me so long to watch the interview. Like, I'm not lying to you. You know, I'm a Pac fan, and Carl was like, "Yo, man, you gotta watch it, man." You boom, boom, boom. But I've been through too much of this shit already. He in Mexico still, he in Cuba. It's like, all right, man, I'm 43. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's a different wave now. But in all actuality, man, like, this was great to hear from somebody that meant something to him that was with him. And that's family. We haven't heard from family like that. You get what I'm saying? And also, man, for all the rumors that he died broke and all that, that's bullshit too. Because he already had his mom set up way before all that. And that was the most important thing for him.
The only problem is that he was working towards it, but just he knew that stuff wasn't in his name. Yeah. But he was working on getting his stuff
all
right.
That shit.
So but his mom was like, "Oh no, I ain't even messing with it. This stuff ain't in his name. We gotta roll.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta get out of it." Now, another interesting thing, a little bit, you know, Mike Tyson was a part of this. Legend. We all know what Mike Tyson means to the culture. But it was a different perspective. Mike Tyson was saying, he said, man, he got a hard on from fighting, pretty much. So he said, when he won the fight, Tupac's one of the first people to greet him. Tupac's amped.
Yeah.
He's hyped. Like
my first time seeing that footage.
I never seen that either.
So Tupac is excited. So Tupac is in fight mode pretty much. Lando Anderson, right? He did what to us? What?
Yeah.
He didn't have enough because it ended the first round.
No way, exactly. No way Tupac, out of all them people, should have been the one doing any of that. Going to stomp him out.
Motherfucker was supposed to grab him from the rip.
Exactly.
Nigga, you the bag.
Tupac is he's so excited. That was a different perspective. He hyped Mike Tyson. That's his guy.
Yeah.
First of all, he right there. He hyped. Mike Tyson just knocked somebody out. Like Freak said, it was a short fight. It wasn't even that long. So you ain't even really get a chance to really let all that energy out. Oh, he did what to us? To us? Death Row? Oh, no, we're gonna handle that. There's no way he should have made it over there. Well, all them people with him. No way he should have made it over there to stomp out him.
Nah, should have never happened.
And if he wasn't,
it happening behind somebody else getting their chain.
If he didn't do that, this whole conversation might have been different. But he did, and like his aunt eloquently in a super black way put, like when she was at the concert and she was going crazy in the crowd, and somebody knocked on to him and said, Tupac said, "Calm down, you throwing up gang signs." But they didn't. Tupac, I don't think he fully understood how deep that gang culture is.
It's a whole different thing,
exactly.
man.
And then, him and Mike Tyson relationship was
dope.
real.
It was real. It was dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he even had conversations with Tyson while Tyson was locked up, and Tyson told him, "Yo, you need to calm down before you don't even be there when I get home." You know what I'm saying? So their relationship was real, and then to that point when they started interviewing Mike about that night of the fight, he instantly started sweating. You ain't noticed? Yeah. He was like, "Yo, I just broke out in the
sweating like a pig."
He was like, but in so many words, he was like, "This is how I get about that night when I start talking about that night because you know, this is my friend. He got killed. And not only that, you know, this was a big night of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Mike was on the uprise of his game.
Coming back.
He was
as
coming
well.
back.
Yeah,
He was
coming back.
He was coming back.
Tupac was like, he back. He back. Like Tupac was
You know
saying
what I'm
that.
saying? So it was crazy. But like Mike said, man, like he had that energy in him like me. Like I didn't bust off from fighting, but I actually caught an erection. Like my dick got hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After that moment. And Mike said, man, I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
Mike said, I was a fat kid. Motherfucker came, took my pigeon, broke my pigeon neck right in front of me, threw me his head. Mike said, I beat the shit out of him.
You know what was interesting that Mike said we had the same energy, but he said he understood Tupac's energy because of stuff, you know, his family stuff and his upbringing. He said, me, I was just angry. I just liked to do it. Like, I just liked to fight.
Right.
He said Tupac fought for a reason. That was our difference.
Right.
But they parallel in their, you know, their personalities. There was a common like denominator. Like when Mike was down and out kind of in jail, Tupac was one of the first people. That's how they met. Tupac went to visit him in jail because he understood, because of his mom and all the people he looked up to in the Black Panthers. He understood where Mike was in.
Right.
And that's how they became friends. They ain't know each other before that. He went to visit him in jail. So, man, that I just was like, damn, that little thing, him being excited about the fight, like that caused that domino effect. It's crazy.
All it takes is one decision can change your life.
Because Orlando Anderson and them, they said getting stomped out, gang culture, ultimate disrespect.
Yeah.
We gotta avenge that. And it's Tupac though. Why is Tupac all them people y'all with?
Yeah.
Why is Tupac gotta be the guy Versace'd out going to stomp somebody out? The superstar. No way. Suge at the top. There's no way your guy.
Should drop the
right
ball.
there.
Yeah.
Suge, it ain't no way. Unless he was just so in the moment too. It ain't no way you let Pac go do that, man. No way, man. Like, can you imagine Jay-Z or whoever popular right now?
Drake.
Like, yo, Drake, go stop. No.
Yeah.
You got goons on the staff for this, man. Damn.
Yeah, my man definitely dropped the ball on that. And then like, what did he punch him first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, all right, you got one hit in, get him out of there. Don't let Pac then Suge hopping in like, oh, crazy.
Even if Pac in the back talking, that should have been it.
Yeah.
Pac should have been no hands on nothing. No hands on nothing. It's not supposed to happen, man.
Yeah.
And that changed a lot of stuff after that.
It's the night everything changed.
Absolutely. All right, well, we can't go on without discussing this. Alan Hughes was the director of this documentary. Tupac actually served 2 days in jail. Ended up serving 2 days in jail for the assault of him. It was a funny moment on the documentary with Snoop. Snoop was like laughing. He said, Tupac ain't beat me up. 10 dudes with Tupac beat me up.
That's what that should have happened to my man in Vegas.
Snoop thought that was
Orlando,
hilarious. But let's put some perspective on this. It wasn't like Alan Hughes was just a random person. They actually had a relationship. This is kind of stuff I learned. They had a relationship. He did Tupac's first 3 videos. He loved Tupac, both brothers, Hughes brothers. Tupac loved them. They just said Tupac became harder to work with because Tupac was just
so out of control.
He was a lot. So they was falling back. They wanted Tupac to be a menace to society. Now, I do appreciate Alan Hughes' honesty because as an adult, looking back now, older, he said, Tupac may have been right with his perspective on it. But he said Tupac was so aggressive that I couldn't even listen to him.
Yeah.
I just was like, no, because you could just see how Tupac energy was. So we said no. So they beat him up. Tupac was supposed to play the Sharif character and menace to society. Tupac was saying if he gonna pay a calm Muslim dude that young, he wants them to play the see where he came from, to see what got him to that point. So like flashback and so whatever lifestyle he was into to get him into that calm demeanor. That's what Tupac wanted.
He wasn't never like the star though. He was just like
the Hughes brothers said no. So what do y'all think about
Sharif?
What do y'all think about?
I think that would have made a lot of sense because we wanted to know how Sharif got there. That's what because his dad, which was Rock at the time,
Rock. Yeah.
he explained in Menace to
Charles
Society.
Dutton. They call him Rock. Rock.
You watched Menace to Society before,
Yeah, I
right?
seen Menace to Society,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
man.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure because Lenny probably missed it. He explained how
Lenny went to the premiere.
Sharif used to be them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Sharif used to be them like to the utmost. Like old dog ain't have nothing on Sharif. So I would have loved to see that part in the movie. Like, yo, damn, reflect back to that. What got Sharif, you know what I'm saying? Or you could have started off with the introduction of each one. You know what I'm saying? And then they show a little bit of Sharif's story or Sharif, few cases, whatever the case may be. But that makes sense. But I feel what you're saying. Somebody got their shit made up. It's already made. You either want the role or you don't. Mm-hmm. But what I think Tupac was telling them to make it feel more real of the character, probably after he read the role, it was like, yo, man, we got to do something to show why this guy got like that. And a lot of people don't believe that.
That would have made sense too because that enhances the film and it gives the film more meaning. You know why? And the reason I say that is because Professor Griff from Public Enemy, he always said in multiple podcasts that I listened to, he said, we needed Boys in the Hood, but we didn't need Menace to Society unless it was going to be like something meaningful. Because he said Boys in the Hood made an impact of what you've seen within gang culture and how it impacted the black community. But we didn't need another movie or whatever like that. He was just like, he felt like Menace to Society was a movie that shouldn't have been added because all of a sudden it was just multiple gang type movies in the black community in the 90s that our community didn't need. So when Professor Griff, when he breaks that down and then just hearing you now and hear how Pac wanted that character, that would have made the movie more meaningful in my eyes.
Yeah.
I definitely see it. I definitely see
because it shows transformation.
I definitely can see where Pac is, but hearing Alan Hughes, his side, I'm just trying to always try to look at different perspective.
The director of this documentary. Let's keep that in mind.
I can see how
same one they got peed on.
I can see. I can see how he dismissed it though, because he was probably like, "Damn, this is my movie, Pac. Like, what we gonna do like this? You know." Pac wasn't on no calm type.
Yeah, not calm.
Hey, Alan, man, look, I like what you're doing, but I could just see Pac like aggressive, and he like, you know what? I'm shutting off. I can't even embrace nothing you saying, Pac, because nah, man, you either gonna be in it or you don't, and that's how it ended up going down. But they had a relationship, and in a little clip, Tupac did say he was sorry that happened. So I do feel like that would have got corrected if they had the time. I do think Tupac had love for him. And they had love for him, and they didn't want that to happen, but it did. But I do think he said it out of his own mouth that he wished that didn't happen, so that it got corrected. But it didn't, and he ended up doing the movie. The documentary. Some Tupac fans had real issues with him being a director of this documentary. Did it as a y'all too, Lenny? Freaks, y'all the biggest Tupac fans here right now. Did y'all have a problem with it?
No, I didn't have a problem with it. When I watched it, I didn't see anything that defamated Tupac's character or anything to insult his character. So I was fine with it. And plus, me pretty much not being alive during that time, it wouldn't have affected me like how it affected probably Freaks. You know what I'm saying? So he would have more information and more of emotion and energy towards that than I have.
Yeah, it did. And I'm not going to look at it that way, but you also got to keep an open mind with it, because when somebody's telling your story and you're not here to validate it or you're not here to take up for yourself, it's kind of crazy though. But I just think that over time, like I said, like I brought up the point where Snoop was talking about Tupac only being 25, and maybe when he got 27, 30, he'd have went back and changed some things, and which makes us older and more appreciative of life. I think that, that bad moment between him and Pac is what made him better. You know what I'm saying? It could have made him better because now it had him stand firm on something that he believed in, still came out with a good project, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, gave him
classic.
But before that, he was a Tupac fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So regardless of the situation, how things played out with him, he still was a fan of it and probably is to this day. And he did a good job with it. I'm not too mad with it. As I went into it the wrong way, I started falling asleep and shit like that. I said, I can't do it like this. I give it a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Fall asleep on Pop.
I fell asleep on it, bro, a couple times.
Wake up, it's on like
You know what I'm
episode 3.
saying?
Like, what the fuck's going on?
But I just, you know what I'm saying? So I had to tighten up. And then the more I rewinded it, when I was really attending, you know, like really on it, I was like, yo, this joint, you know, like I'm getting other sides. And it made it so much better by them being about Afeni as well. But you can't mention Afeni without mentioning Pac. You can't mention Pac without mentioning Afeni. Mm-hmm. So me learning more about Afeni is what really draw me into the movie. And the uncut videos and the videos I never seen before and all that. Because like Carl said, when I came, I was like, man, I done seen so much and heard so much about Pac. I know Pac already. You know what I'm saying? Inside out. And that's why I don't watch like their interviews, like other Outlaws and things like that, when they got interviews and they talk about, because I heard everybody and they kind of like saying the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But for them to capture it in this you know, this different form, I think it was dope, man. It was not a bad look.
Yeah, I think Alan Hughes. I read some stuff that people said, and I thought it might be an issue, but as I watched it with my own eyes, I think he covered it well. I don't think he was like biased or he tried to play Pac like some people were saying. I think he covered both sides. I think it was honest, even when he sat down to do the interview, which he said he didn't know if he wanted to do it. And I could see in his eyes he was about to cry. And in one of the clips, Glow was his aunt. She was like, Alan, you over there looking like you about to cry. Like I loved her, man. She had great energy. So I could tell he was coming from a genuine place. He wasn't trying to make a documentary to play Pac. I think he was coming from a genuine place, and he represented him well. And he had the right people on there, and he had people that we weren't used to seeing that I think gave interesting perspective.
It was only one thing that I was missing from this joint. I wanted that real East Coast person on there that was really, really in the mix of the time.
Who would that person be?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Tretch?
what we was missing. Yeah, probably Tretch. An interview from Tretch would have been good in there, but I probably wouldn't have wanted to hear from somebody.
I think Marlon Wayans.
No, I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear from somebody.
Omar Epps too was tapped in on the low way.
Yeah,
I want to say maybe somebody that was strong in the Biggie camp besides Lil C's. You get what I'm saying? I wanted that one person. Like when they started bringing up the with him and Big, which they went through real quickly. What I like, because we done heard the most about that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted that one person. You know what I'm saying? When they went to that time of when they hit them up drop. You know what I'm saying? And how they felt and what was really, really going on. Because Lil C's told it, which was really, really dope. But I just thought that he needed that one. I wanted that one East Coast person that was in the mix at that time to talk about it.
Now, we've seen a lot of Tupac documentaries over the years. Where would you put this in Tupac documentaries?
For me, I think definitely top three. I really like Tupac Resurrection.
Me too.
I really like this one a lot, give or take one or two.
Yeah, I think this is Tupac Resurrection, and this is right there.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed Tupac Resurrection, but I really enjoyed this too. I've seen a lot of Tupac documentaries, but these two,
the Afeni Shakur,
separate themselves.
The Afeni Shakur information in this made it that much powerful. And the aunts, you know what I'm saying, and then real footage of the aunts with him, and not like this ain't no uncle coming out of nowhere, and then his dad.
His dad.
That was amazing to me. That was my first time seeing it.
That was a wild.
You know what I'm saying? And you could just imagine knocks on his door, he getting right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they may not be all good.
But they also had
Culture Vulture on him.
Yeah.
Your guy. He on him.
Vlad on him.
Yeah, he offering the back.
Yeah.
But they also had a whole bunch of former Black Panthers that was telling their story. That was dope.
I enjoy his first cousin, which must be Gold's daughter. Yeah. She was good, and the cousin that was shooting the guns in the backyard. I thought they was dope perspectives.
Yeah, they
did
good. Well, based off recency bias, I gotta put this one at number 1 because I can't really remember all the other ones I seen, but.
Check out Resurrection if you
Tupac Resurrection.
Well,
I've
seen pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again.
It just didn't tap into like Freak said. It didn't tap into the mom side, which I think was
makes it powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. So Afeni Shakur and Tupac Shakur, like, what made them like arguably the most powerful kind of mother son connection, at least in our hip hop culture that we know?
I think like Freak said,
the intellect.
The intelligence of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the information.
The information.
And I don't know of any other mother-son, duo that had that impact that they had, as far as like when it comes to hip hop and history in general. You know what I'm saying?
And then her being part of an organization that she was part of. Ain't nobody part of nothing like that.
I don't think there is. I don't think they're even.
I'm
trying to think of somebody. I'm trying to think of somebody I could even make a comparison to.
Kanye West and Donda.
Yeah, that's a good one. But that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That can hit the surface of it, but it ain't.
God damn.
No disrespect to Donda. Rest in peace. High part.
That's a good one.
That's the closest I like to say. That's really because she had somewhat of an impact.
She did her damn thing.
Yeah, so that I can see that. But no, other than that, I think they're kind of one of a kind, man. As far as like the impact they had, like people know Afeni Shakur's name for the work that she does, like just like she knows like Tupac, and they're like always neck and neck. And then that song, Dear Mama, like the title of the documentary, it just always ties them together. Dear Mama.
Until we hear, like something from Hove, Mom, explaining things. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you can make up for the time now.
It's kind of too late.
Yeah, I know. But I'm pretty sure she probably faced a lot of scrutiny and backlash off Hove upcoming in this rap game and being who he is now.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it probably could be some information.
It's just Afeni put in that. She put in some
Afeni
work.
Put in work.
It's different kind of work. Yeah,
it's a different type vibe.
Man, Dear Mama, 5-part documentary FX. If you haven't seen it, go check it out
right now.
If you're like us and you a Tupac fan that like you think you've seen it all, go check it out, man. I think you would actually like it. I understand. I felt like that too. Freak felt like that. But I think you would like this, so go check it out. Any last thoughts on the documentary, fella?
Nice documentary, man. Just don't make no part 2s or whatever.
Nah, ain't no.
Nah. But yo,
Dear Mama 3.
You know what though, that y'all haven't mentioned, or that we haven't mentioned, that I'm looking forward to. I want to know if that white guy got something, because that white guy said he was there doing a documentary on Tupac.
Oh,
the white guy that he made in charge of the video when he heard about
he probably
they wasn't doing it. He probably got some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my man that played in Hoodlum, that he also played in the movie with Tupac. Remember the white guy they was showing him?
Oh yeah.
They played
Gridlock?
in Gridlock.
Yeah.
He played in Hoodlum with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
He was the
Eli
one that
Roth. Eli Roth was that?
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah.
He was the one that the lady from Harlem was going against. Schultz, Dutch Schultz. He played Dutch Schultz in Hoodlum.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. The guy that played in Gridlock.
Yeah, and then a lot of his videos have alternate versions. Like one of his videos got a whole alternate version on the beach. I forget what song it is, and I just seen it like 2 years ago. I'm like, wow, they got a whole alternate version of this video I never seen. But that dope documentary, man.
Very, very dope documentary.
Go check it out, Dear Mama. It's definitely conversation. It's a lot to unpack.
And he was talking about Snoop and I Ain't Mad at You too. He was talking that little line.
Yeah.
That little line was for Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
I like Snoop's genuineness. He understood. He not gonna lie about where him and Pac was.
Yeah.
But even to hear about part about him coming in the hospital crying and like his mom like, oh, you need to get right. You need to go in there. You know what I'm saying? He's going in there all crying, and his mom gave him a little pep talk. So then Snoop going there like, what's up, man? Like that's the kind of energy I got.
Snoop Doggy Dogg, go in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Biggie did come to the hospital when Tupac first got shot at Quad Studios, but they ain't let Biggie. They ain't let him. Like, what if they'd have let Biggie see him and they could have? Yeah. You just found out it was love. Little stuff, man.
One thing I didn't know when he got shot for the last time, he got his pinky blown off.
I didn't know that.
And it wasn't his pinky. It was his middle finger, his ring finger.
They said the ring finger. I think it's your ring finger. They did say that. I didn't know that.
But you know that came from him putting his hand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That came from him putting his hand up.
And he was.
And somebody, trust me, somebody that has been shot before has instincts once they hear that pow. Trust me, I'm one of them. You start moving. You don't bullshit around. Mm-hmm. And with the whole cover of the Suge cover up and all that, it's a whole lot of it, man. I'm telling you, that shit looked funny. It looked funny, man. It looked funny. She was like, man, Tupac told him, bring all the guns.
Yeah.
They ride through Texas. They on their way to California with all the guns. You know what I'm saying? After this shit that happened in New York. You feel me?
Yeah.
And and the media is so fucked up. They hyped that whole shit up. Man. When they was at the fucking MTV Awards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They backstage, they hyped that shit up with the interview. Why are you asking about Biggie and Tupac being in the same room? Boom, boom. They hyped it up.
The only thing about Pac is I just felt like from his upbringing, he should have just seen it a little more because
they're more woke to it.
Because they use hip hop just exactly how they used the Black Panthers, man, and divided us. That was my only problem with that. But I feel like he was such in his mode that he was just he knew he had the baton at that moment and he was just going all for it. But I wish he just took a moment back, which I do feel like he was about to. Yeah. But it just wasn't enough time, man. It wasn't enough time, and that gang stuff just got a little too much. But Dear Mama, man, go check out the documentary. Dope documentary. This is a lot to unpack. We just unpacked some of it. I'm sure y'all will watch it, and y'all will have more different takes than us, man. But, dope documentary. Rest in peace to Afeni Shakur. Rest in peace to Tupac Shakur. Well, job well done, Alan Hughes. I can't knock it on you. I can't knock it at all. Go check that out on FX. But we Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe, man. We on all digital platforms. Make sure y'all go to our YouTube page. Subscribe. Yo, we appreciate all the love, man. All the views, man. It's really, really, man. It's a blessing, man. We appreciate the love, y'all. Word. Keep it up. Yo, as always, man. Long live Taz, man, our brother, man. We're going to continue to March 4th, man. We love you, Taz. We're going to continue to hold you down, brother.
Sir.
Concert Crew Podcast.
Lenny.
We here. Our guy, man. Lenny family, man. You see I don't even introduce him no more, man. He family, man. He family. When you see Lenny, when you see certain people on the podcast, they family. There's no need to introduce him no more. Y'all know him now. Y'all see him out here. He with us. This our guy, man. This is our guy. We bring him in when we want to get him on that certain stuff. He's here, man. That's our guy, man. Concert Crew Podcast. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yeah, yes, sir. Let's go.